Okay, welcome back. Welcome to Laksha Academy YouTube channel. Okay, our topic under discussion is digestion and absorption. Okay, in that we completed up to now three parts: part one, part two, and part two. This is the part four. In part one, we learned up to mouth. In part two, we discussed some points, terminology related to teeth, and in the third part, we learned structure of tooth and tongue and pharynx. Okay, we covered those topics. In today's part 4, the topics to be covered are esophagus, stomach, small intestine, okay, if possible large intestine, and also and anus. We complete, otherwise we stop with the small intestine. In the next episode I will complete large intestine and histology of alimentary canal. Okay, let's get started. Okay, that is a saying in English. The saying is this. Okay, you cannot make an omelette without breaking eggs. Okay, we cannot make an omelette. Okay, we cannot make an omelette without breaking eggs. That means you cannot achieve something important in our life without causing small problems. Problems are part of our life. Okay, even though if problems come in our way, okay, we have to overcome them and we have to achieve what we are targeting. Okay, you are targeting medical seat in NEET exam. Okay, some obstacles, some problems come in our life, in our journey. Okay, we have to overcome. Okay, then only we can achieve success. Okay, we cannot make an omelette without breaking eggs. Okay, we cannot achieve medical seat in NEET exam. Okay, in our journey we face some problems, part of our life. Okay, we have to overcome them successfully, and we should come out with the flying colors in NEET exam. Okay, let's get started. Topic: esophagus. First part: esophagus is a thin long tube. Esophagus is thin long tube, okay, which extends posteriorly. Esophagus extends posteriorly. Okay, esophagus is a thin long tube. It is extending in which direction? It is not going in this way. This is the anterior. Okay, it is coming in, it is extending in downwards. That means in posterior, and passing through the, it is passing through the parts. Which parts? It is passing through the, okay, esophagus is passing through the, okay, it is passing through the neck. It is passing through the, okay, this part is thorax, and it is also passing through the, okay, esophagus is passing through the, passing through the chest or thorax, and it is also passing through the diaphragm, and finally it is opening into the, stomach. Okay, that's the first point. Is it clear? Okay, esophagus is a thin long tube which extends in which direction? Anteriorly or posteriorly? Posteriorly, and it passing through neck, passing through our chest or thorax, and it is also passing through the diaphragm. It is passing through the neck, passing through the thorax. This part is the chest or thorax, and it is also passing through the diaphragm. There is an opening in the diaphragm. It passing through that part of opening of the, and finally it is leading. It is opening into the stomach. Is it clear? Next point: a muscular called gastroesophageal sphincter or cardiac sphincter regulates the opening of into the stomach. There is a sphincter. Sphincter means circular muscle. Okay, muscular sphincter. Okay, called gastroesophageal sphincter or cardiac sphincter. Very important. It was given in previous NEET exam. Regulates the opening Opening of the esophagus, that means it is present between esophagus and stomach. What is the name of that sphincter? Gastroesophageal sphincter or cardiac sphincter. Where is it? It is present between esophagus and stomach. What it is made up of? Muscle. What type of muscle? Smooth muscle. It is a muscular sphincter. Sphincter means a circular muscle. Call, what is its name? Gastroesophageal sphincter or cardiac sphincter. Where is it? Between esophagus and stomach. Okay, look here. This is the upper esophageal sphincter. Okay, it is not mentioned in our textbook. Here there is one, okay, you can see here, this part here. Okay, there is a sphincter here. This is upper esophageal sphincter at the beginning of the esophagus. This is the lower esophageal sphincter. This is called cardiac sphincter or gastroesophageal sphincter. Okay, esophagus has two sphincters. At the beginning of esophagus, there is upper esophageal sphincter. At the end of the esophagus, there is a lower gastroesophageal sphincter or cardiac sphincter. Okay, upper esophageal sphincter is made up of skeletal muscles. Okay, this one it is voluntary in function, and lower esophageal sphincter is made up of smooth muscles. It is involuntary. Both are quite opposite here. Skeletal muscle, smooth muscle. It is voluntary. It is involuntary. It is in upper part of the esophagus. At the beginning, it is in the lower part of the esophagus. Okay, that's about the esophagus. Esophagus is a thin, long tube. Thin, long tube. It passing through, extends posterior, passing through neck, chest or thorax, and diaphragm, and finally it is opening into the stomach. That is the first point. A muscular sphincter regulates. What is that sphincter? Gastroesophageal sphincter. This one, gastroesophageal sphincter, or called cardiac sphincter, regulates the opening of esophagus into stomach. Okay, this esophagus enters into stomach. Stomach is in the abdominal cavity, but our esophagus in the thorax. In between that, there is a dome-like structure called diaphragm. How can it pass through the diaphragm? There is an opening. This is called esophagus here. This opening is called esophageal hiatus. Esophagus passes through the esophageal hiatus. Esophageal hiatus is a opening in the this part is diaphragm. Okay, you can see some more openings here through this one. Aorta passing through this opening. Here vena cava passing through this opening. Like that, there are many openings here in the diaphragm. One of the opening through which esophagus passes, that is called esophageal hiatus. It is not a part of your syllabus. Okay, this is the from esophagus up to anus. Okay, longest esophagus is present in giraffe. Okay, when I say the word giraffe, one scientist comes to mind. Earlier, you might have learned Lamarckism, a law of theory of inheritance of acquired characters proposed by Lamarck. Okay, giraffe has short neck in course of time. In order to reach the food, okay, the neck gradually elongated. Okay, it was rejected by some other scientist. Okay, giraffe very, 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 very long esophagus, longest. This is the tallest animal on the earth, and it has an esophagus. Okay, now we move on to the next part after the esophagus. What is that? This is the esophagus. We completed here. Next part is stomach. Okay, stomach only has three parts. As per new NCERT textbook, as per state textbook, three parts are given. As per new NCERT book, four parts are given. One is cardiac stomach, another one is fundus or fundic region, and third, the main part, larger one, this is the body. Okay, and one is the fourth one. This is the pyloric stomach. Sorry. Okay, as per new NCERT textbook, there are four parts in the stomach: cardiac stomach, fundic region or fundus, body, and pyloric stomach. These are the four parts of stomach. Okay, stomach is wide. Okay, if you see esophagus, esophagus is narrow. Esophagus is narrow, but if stomach, it is very wide. His stomach is wide. Stomach is in the shape of, it is important. Okay, stomach is in J-shaped organ. What is the shape of the stomach? J. And stomach is distensible, means able to expand. When we eat food, the stomach expands. Okay, that's why it is called distensible. Our urinary bladder also distensible. When urine fills in the urinary bladder gradually expands. It is also a distensible organ, and it is made up of muscles. Smooth muscles are present in its wall, and it is like a bag-like structure which stores food nearly 4 to 5 hours in our body. Okay, the stomach is wide, stomach is J-shaped, stomach is distensible organ, stomach is a muscular bag-like structure. Here, various what I can say, adjectives are used, but to describe the stomach. How is the stomach? Stomach is wide, stomach is J-shaped, stomach is a distensible organ, and stomach is a muscular bag-like structure. And where is the stomach? Okay, stomach is look. Okay, here we have diaphragm. Here there is a diaphragm. Okay, stomach is located in the upper left portion of the abdominal cavity. It is present in the upper left portion of the abdominal cavity. This is the left portion, this is the right portion in the abdomen. It is present in the upper left portion of the abdominal cavity. Okay, abdominal cavity just below the diaphragm. Okay, it is present below this is the diaphragm, below the diaphragm, and it is present on the left side, upper part, not the lower part. Parts of stomach. It has three parts. Okay, as per state textbook, as per NCERT, four parts. It has three parts: an anterior cardiac portion into which esophagus opens. Okay, this is a cardiac stomach into which esophagus opening into which part of the stomach, very important, or which part of the stomach receives esophagus, that is cardiac stomach. Okay, it has three more. The anterior cardiac portion into which esophagus opens, or cardiac portion of the stomach receives esophagus, and the middle large fundic region. Okay, as per state textbook, this one, and a posterior pyloric portion which opens into the first part of the small intestine through pyloric aperture, which is guarded by a pyloric sphincter. Okay, look here. Okay, there is a sphincter here. Okay, this is the pyloric stomach. This is pyloric stomach. Okay, this part, this is the body. Okay, this part, this is a body, and this is a cardiac. This is cardiac portion, and this is fundic. Okay, these are the four parts in our stomach. Okay, stomach has three parts as per our state book NCERT 4. Okay, what are they? Anterior cardiac portion. This is the anterior cardiac portion into which esophagus opens. Very important here. There is sphincter, cardiac sphincter, or gastroesophageal sphincter. And next one, the middle large. Okay, next part is fundic region. Fundic region. This is next one is middle. This is the main body. NCERT. This is the third part. And next one, which opens into the first part of the small intestine, the pyloric portion of the stomach. This is the pyloric portion which opens into the first part of the small intestine. This is the duodenum. Here there is an aperture called pyloric aperture. Here there is an aperture called cardiac aperture, this aperture is guarded by cardiac sphincter. This aperture is guarded by pyloric sphincter. Parts of the stomach. Stomach has four parts as per NCRT book: cardiac stomach, fundus, and this is the main body. Body, which is the main central region. The main central region. This is the body. The main central region. Next one is the pyloric stomach. This pyloric stomach opens into the first part of the small intestine, which is called duodenum. Okay, this is the NCRT textbook figure. Okay, four parts here: cardiac portion into which esophagus is opening, and this is fundus. This is the main body, and this is pyloric stomach. In this pyloric stomach, here there is a sphincter. There is also one sphincter here at the beginning of the stomach, at the end of the stomach another sphincter. This sphincter here, cardiac sphincter. Here there is a sphincter called pyloric sphincter. Okay, those sphincters I showed you in the this. Here there are sphincters. There is one sphincter here, pyloric sphincter. There is another sphincter here, cardiac. It is actually called gastroesophageal sphincter or cardiac sphincter. Next, some people, those who are very thick, those people are obese people. Okay, some people, obese people, when the body is heavy, they go to doctor. They conduct one operation called bariatric surgery. Bariatric surgery. In that bariatric surgery, surgically removed stomach section. Here they are cutting. They are removing this part, some part of the stomach. Okay, bariatric surgery is an operation that helps you lose your weight by making changes in our digestive system. They are making some changes in our digestive system. Some types of bariatric surgeries like make your stomach smaller, allowing you to eat. When your stomach becomes small, you eat less and you drink less, and at one time, and making you feel full sooner. Even if you take small amount of food, you feel your stomach is full because your small stomach size has been reduced. That surgery is called, what do we call that one? Bariatric surgery. Okay, that's about stomach. Okay, what we have learned about stomach here: the stomach is wide, J-shaped, distensible. That means able to expand. It is a muscular bag-like structure. Where is it? Stomach is located in the upper left portion of the abdominal cavity, just below the diaphragm. Okay, below the diaphragm on the left side. And stomach, yeah, that is the location of stomach. Next, parts of stomach, as per NCRT textbook, four parts are there: cardiac stomach, fundus, body, and next one is pyloric stomach. It has three major parts: anterior, as per state book, cardiac portion into which esophagus opens, and the middle large fundic region, main body, and a posterior pyloric portion which opens into the first part of the small intestine. The pyloric portion opens into the first part of the small intestine. What is that? Duodenum. Okay, through an aperture. Okay, there is an aperture here. This aperture is called pyloric aperture. This aperture ante nothing but opening. Okay, this aperture is guarded by. Okay, like at the beginning of our house, around our house there is a wall. Okay, there we keep one gate. Like that, here there is an opening here. Okay, pyloric sphincter. That sphincter is guarded by pyloric. That pyloric aperture is guarded by pyloric sphincter. Okay, in the stomach, you can see some irregular folds in the wall of the stomach here. Those are called gastric rugae. Earlier you learned palatine rugae, which are present in the hard palate. Hard palate is lined by ridges called palatine rugae. This is the other type of rugae present in the stomach. This is called gastric rugae. Okay, next part is small intestine. Small intestine, it mainly consists of three parts. One is duodenum, small one, and jejunum, and this is the longer than this one, and ileum. Okay, ileum is Okay, it's the longest part of our whole elementary canal. Okay, here two bits can be expected. One is, what is the longest part of the elementary canal? We say small intestine. What is the longest part of the small intestine? Ileum. Ileum is the longest. Ileum. ILE. The spelling is very important. Later you will be learning ILIUM. That is bone. Okay, ileum is the longest. You can observe here clearly is the longest part of the small intestine. What is the longest part of the small intestine? Ileum. Smallest part in the small intestine, shortest part is the duodenum. Okay, in between these two, there is a jejunum. The length is less than ileum, more than duodenum. Small intestine, the small intestine is the longest part of the alimentary canal. It is distinguished serially into three regions. What are they? Is small intestine, three regions: proximal, middle, distal. Proximal, middle, distal. Proximal part. This is the proximal. This is the proximal part is duodenum. Next one, middle part is the middle part is jejunum. Next one, what is the next one? The distal part. This is the distal part. The distal part is jejunum. A small intestine has proximal, duodenum, middle, jejunum, distal, ileum. Okay, the order is important. DJI, duodenum, jejunum, ileum. Ileum is longest. Okay, what is the longest part in small intestine? That is ileum. And smallest in small intestine, duodenum. Longest part of the alimentary canal, small intestine. It is distinguished serially into three regions. What are they? Proximal, proximal duodenum, proximal duodenum, middle jejunum, and ileum. Okay, duodenum receives a hepatopancreatic duct. Observe this one. This is the pancreas. This here there is a liver. Okay, liver lobes, hepatic, right hepatic, left hepatic ducts, and this is the gallbladder, from which here there is a common bile duct which is bringing bile, and here is a pancreatic duct. The two ducts are joining here and form the hepatopancreatic ampulla is here, and this hepatopancreatic duct or hepatopancreatic ampulla opening into the duodenum, very important one, and its opening is guarded by one sphincter here, sphincter of Oddi. It was given in previous NEET exam. Duodenum receiving one hepato. It is related to liver, pancreas to pancreas. Okay, this hepatic duct brings bile juice, pancreatic duct brings two juices join and they released into the duodenum. Okay, duodenum receives the hepatopancreatic duct. Duodenum. Okay, this is a duodenum. Okay, duodenum receiving hepatopancreatic duct. Ileum opens into the large intestine. Ileum means the last part of the small intestine is ileum. It opens into the first part of the large intestine, that is called cecum. Okay, that's about a small intestine. Okay, that's the end of this part 4. If you like this video, okay, like it and share it, subscribe, watching.